swings his morning star, hits it right in what would be the chest area. It's sort of exoskeleton plates take the brunt of the damage, but it pierces before he incants his spell, and ethereal lightning bolt appears, and it doesn't shoot lightning. It acts like a giant sword and just stabs. That does some damage on the exoskeleton, but the creature seems determined still. Arlena, what do you want to do?
Oh, sorry, forgot the button. Okay, so Arlena is going to attack the creature with her bow.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Max is also concentrating on the spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Let me see, is it concentration? No, it's not.
Sorry, Arlena?
20?
Yep, that hits. Roll damage.
Waarom? Nee, goed. Dan doe ik het iets af. Ja, dat is
Okay, so 1d6. God.
You can also add your sneak attack bonus.
Oh yeah.
Lose control. Ja, roll.
Okay. 3. Sneak attack is not 2d6. 3. 5.
No. 3. You should add your dexterity modifier to that. If you look on your sheet, like damages.
Sorry, 8. Forgot about that.
8, alright. 8 damage. Alright. You draw one of your bows. It lets loose and finds a little sliver of flesh in between one of these armor plates as the creature is extending. Pegs in deep, and you can. It lets loose one of these. It sounds almost like snapping. It looks pissed off now, but you can see from the wound some mucus is starting to drip. And your magic arrow, well, your quiver, summons the arrow back and it disappears and lands back in your quiver, but more gunky. Anything else you want to do?
Yes, I'm going to move in. Sorry, I keep forgetting to leave the button. One moment. Right there. And then I'm done.
Okay. It is now Ugrin.
Thank you. And he is flanked. It's seen as flanked, yeah?
Flanked. If Arlena moved into melee range, it would have been surrounded.
Is there any enemy? So she's not. Oh, she was supposed to move into melee range. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, cool, thanks.
It's now surrounded.
Yeah, how does that mechanic work again?
Alright, surrounded, so you get +2 on the attack roll in any case, and your crit range is increased by 2, so any roll 18 and above is going to be a crit.
Natural roll, not added roll.
A natural roll. 18, 19 or 20 will be considered a crit.
Okay, thanks. Oh, I'm gonna attempt to whack at it with you.
Okay.
I can say something while I do this to the party, right?
Yes, interaction is allowed. One interaction is allowed.
Okay, while I heave you back, I scream out to the party, "Be careful, it's poisonous," and then I swing. Mm. 15 hits.
15 hits.
Okay, cool.
Do you have +7 to attack?
Yep.
Nice.
But also, wouldn't it then be another +2 because of this surrounded thing?
It doesn't matter.
It's
Okay.
AC, so it hit already, so yeah. Why? So
Okay.
that's 6 damage.
Cool.
Now that's it.
Alright. The axe finds purchase on one of these armored plates as it's almost like snaking back and forth in place. And it chips like a small piece off. Lands in the water next to you. But exposing like a little piece of flesh underneath. Ever so slightly, very small, but creature is still very determined. There's another creature's turn. I'm gonna make a d4 roll.
Oh, it's okay. I'm first one was surprised. Never mind. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, what's the D4 for? I missed that.
D4 is to see who it is gonna attack.
Oh, sorry.
The spirit weapon will be number 1 and we'll go clockwise. Right at the end, open. 4. So, Ugrin, you're the lucky recipient.
Oh, yay. So happy about that.
The dice cards favors you tonight.
Apparently.
17. So, an attack with its mandibles.
17's a miss.
17 plus 8.
That hits might. What?
Right. Yeah, so that would be what? 25. 20.
I get
4.
actually my reaction before
I Alright, its tentacles latch onto you, and now you can see the tentacle quite barbed. It's catching you on your arm. You take 3 poison damage. And then please make a constitution saving throw, please.
So that's a D20 plus the saving throw modifier, yeah?
Yeah, con save. Nice. You
A
feel
total
the sting.
21.
Alright, the barbs find you on your arm. You can feel the burning as almost like a bee sting, but just amplified. But you're made of stronger stuff. Your system fends off this. You feel the tension in your arms, the muscles wanting to spasm up, but you resist. It's gonna attempt to bite you as well.
I don't like that. No, don't bite me.
7 plus 4, 11. But now you're ready for it and you block it off. Creature is not learning from its mistakes, not finding too much purchase on Ugrin. That is quite the armored fella.
Can I interject quickly?
Yes.
Ugrin says, you done fucked up. And can I use my riposte?
Yes.
Okay, so creature misses you with a melee attack. I can expend a superiority die and melee attack it back.
Yes, and add that as damage, right?
Yep, that's to the damage roll.
Cool.
So I need to check if it hits first, I guess.
Indeed.
I
All
think it hits.
And that would be a crit too,
Nice crit.
based on the surrounding rules.
So that would be just like a full D8 plus 5, so 13. Or how does the crit work again?
So you roll your regular damage and you just add max damage to that. So max dice damage. So your damage is D8 at the moment. So you roll your regular damage and then just add 8 to your total. So it'll be plus your mods.
So that's going to be 20 damage.
Nice, that's a heavy hit.
You don't fuck
That
up.
previously exposed piece of flesh that you opened up, you turn around and you find that exact spot, and it sinks in deep. You hear this squishing of flesh, and you can. The instant you do this, the creature shrieks. You see like massive amounts of this green ichor blood just starts to goop out. It's not like runny, it's like snot almost.
Oh.
You pry you free, makes a slushing sound as it comes out. Creature looks very hurt at the moment. Spiritus.
Cool. So from Spiritus, I see this sort of ghastly bluish streak fly towards the creature, and the creature's eyes will start glowing blue, and it is now hexed.
Okay.
And a disadvantage on dexterity ability checks.
Okay.
Cool. And then Spiritus is going to what do you call that thing again? Eldritch Blast.
That thing.
The creature. Yeah, I can't.
That thing. The one thing that warlocks can do.
Yes. So that would be. Where's my sheets on the pages? Plus. So that would be 19 to hit.
Yeah. Roll damage.
Cool. So a few things here. So that is my first D10.
Als het nog weer kill heeft, dus maar.
That is a 2 plus. Where is this? 2 plus 3, so that is 5 force damage from the Eldritch Blast. And then I need to roll a d6 for my hex. 3 necrotic damage.
So, yep. How do you want to do it?
Cool. So from the Eldritch Blast, I don't know. I don't have that specific feat chosen, but it is force damage. So I'm gonna make the Eldritch Blast sort of knock him backwards a bit into the lightning bolt that will pierce from his one eye through the other eye, and from there it will sort of deteriorate black from the necrotic damage, as it sort of looks like he's starting to rot there where the bolt pierced his eyes, like a combo finish.
And with that, its half decayed body sinks into the knee deep water, thigh deep for Elena. I should have made you travel.
It's unnecessary.
And combat's concluded. Its body lies there, sort of got a twitch in some of the little legs. What does the party want to do now? Just to remind you that there is a body close by here, let's say here by the skeleton. Lying face down. It was turned around when the first inspection was made.
Sorry.
Yep.
So, seeing as though I know exactly what this creature is, and I know it's, well, I know what it does. So, like the poison and the paralysis, do I know where that stems from on the creature or not?
Not specifically, but you can make a nature roll.
Okay, so while I make a nature roll, I just tell the party.
All right. Is this for purpose to harvest it?
Yes.
Right. It's a nature roll, or if someone is proficient in poisonous supplies, they can also roll that and add proficiency.
Nope.
I don't think anyone is, but just leaving it out there.
No, nobody is. Well, not on our end.
Okay. Right. So then, yeah, just nature roll.
Oh no, that's a 6. I'm not proficient.
Nope. But you can start carving it up and see. If that's what you want to do.
That's a risk Ugrin would rather not take.
Alrighty, understood.
So combat's done, right?
Yep.
Cool. So you mentioned this thing came out of a cave.
Yeah, make a perception roll.
Me too?
Yeah.
We have a perception
I'll
roll?
clear my dice. I'm not rolling, just taking it out of the way. I'll put those away now. That's pathetic. 6.
Right. You
19.
Alright, you see the cave. Just upstream. You see where this log is here? Let me just point it. There.
Got it?
There's a small opening. A small opening. You can't stand upright in it, but you'll have to haunch, but you can walk into it. Partially obscured by some growth and water. There's an opening there. From your vantage point, Spiritus, you can't see it.
Okay, cool.
I now explain to the party I've found the entrance of the cave where this creature has come from. I look at the party and ask them if they would like to investigate and or
Yeah,
what they would like to do.
yeah, I do think we'll just check the cave and see if there's anyone else in there that's in trouble, or possibly if Gertrude is inside the cave, because we still need to find her.
Max will say, one should be a bit wary of these seemingly dark places. You don't know what can lurk inside. We'll have to be on our most perceptive behavior should we want to go inside.
It looks like fun. Let's do it.
Cool. You walk up to. All right. Do you want to do something before the party goes?
Yeah, no, I say, I could always send Mittens in and have a look through Mittens' eyes, if you guys feel that's a safer option.
Right. Mittens would have to swim. Can Mittens swim?
I don't know, probably not. I've got the water is that deep. Let's see, D&D 5e cats. I don't think it can swim.
Cool.
Um,
I'm just going to rule it. Mittens can't walk there, so.
yeah, just climbing and walking speed. Yeah, no, never mind.
Well, we have somebody in our party that can stand up straight and actually see. Olena, do you have anything? Is the cave dark, DM?
Yeah, pitch dark.
Get the lantern on.
Do we light our torches and have Spiritus perhaps lead the pack, as we know he can see much better in the dark? Or does anybody else in the party have a different idea?
I can make you a glowing rock.
Max says, this one looks a bit ill protected on the flesh, you know. Maybe I should walk in front.
Sure. If you want to be bait, let's go.
I trust you will be at my heel to protect me should anything happen.
Ah, fine. We'll protect you, don't worry.
Alrighty. With torches lit, the party enters this narrow caveway and travel about 15 feet in. At this point, make a perception roll, everyone. I'll roll out in the open for Maximus.
Really, 6 again.
19 for me. 14 Olena.
You two, no one else, notice there's 3 more bodies sort of caked into the mud, like they've been there a while. You see an arm and a leg and half a torso, like a part of a head. So 3 more bodies.
Are they upside down?
They're like in the mud. Some of them are upright, some of them are face down.
Could we try and see if... Oh, God.
Oh, who rolled 19?
That's me.
Right. You also notice what looks like a large backpack or a knapsack that is also partially exposed in the mud.
Okay, so I'll walk cautiously while telling the party I see something up ahead and I try to get the backpack out of the mud.
Cool. Make a Make a athletics check. Shouldn't be difficult for you, but
That's just 11.
yep, that's good enough. Yep, with a it takes it's a bit stuck, but you lever it out, and yeah, there's it seems full of things.
I just heave it over my shoulder and say, once we're out of this cave, we can go through and see what's inside.
Do you see anything that looks like Gertrude or any other clues?
It carries on. You sort of switch your torches, and you can see there's about 30 feet into the cavern. There's like a not sort of opening, but like a bit of a wider berth. For now, it's only single file, but it looks like you can sort of stand like 3 abreast. So let's say 15 feet radius.
Do I? Yeah, wait, let's do this. So I'm just gonna check something quick. Where is this now? Can okay, it's probably not gonna. Can Mitten smell if there is any
Where's
more of
Mittens?
these? Mittens will be on my head.
Yeah, make a perception check for Mittens.
I wanted to smell if you can smell if there's any more of these things down here.
Yep.
Should have got advantage on perception of smells.
Okay. What's the range?
Um, can't really see that here.
Alright, let's go 30 feet. I'll adjust the difficulty.
Yeah, okay, I can't. I can't seem to see if there's any sort of range on how far Mittens can see.
Yeah, go for it.
Oof, nice. Okay, so that would be 22.
Gives you an indication that there's something else inside.
Okay, I'll just let you know there is something else inside your Mittens. Smell something suspicious, so we should head in cautiously or turn back.
I say we investigate. We still have a lost child to find.
At this point, I'll also dismiss Mittens.
Okay. Sure. Max leads onwards. Need to make a roll for him. Another perception roll. Cool. He walks inward and he steps on what he only notices to be like a skeleton as it crunches. He looks downward and doesn't notice from above seemingly the same like the thing you just fought, just smaller, bit more spiky, almost like at a different stage of its life. Falls down. It's gonna make a attack roll against it. We'll do this one just theatre of mind. We don't need to load a specific cave map for it.
Am I behind Max, or what is our positioning and
Tell
such?
me. You tell me.
Okay, well, I will be following with right behind Max, and Alena and Spiritus following suit.
Cool. Mike, Eugen, will make a perception roll, please.
The dice gods have been favoring me tonight. I hope it continues.
Very good.
Let me just get the thingamabobby. Perception 18.
Cool. Right. You see one fall down onto Max's neck, it makes you look up, and you see one is hanging right above you as well. You won't be surprised. Max is. It rolled. Right, 20. What's Max's AC? Yeah, 20. It shouldn't be 22. 22
Yeah,
should
it's
be enough to.
18.
Righty. He will take 5 points of damage, piercing damage, and is now attached to his neck. It now moves with him.
Okay.
Further effects, we'll have to wait and see.
Interesting.
Did we make any initiative?
We may
rolls?
roll initiative. Yes.
Okay.
You're just tracking HP for Max, please.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna roll 2 dice. The first number will be for me, the second one for him.
Right. Ugrin?
I'm on 6.
Okay, Olena?
18.
Cool. Everyone is in melee range of this first one. The cave is not high. Everyone is like jumbled up on each other. So there's no really place to move. Right. Max? Initiative?
It's 13.
Spiritus?
8.
Righty. Arlena, what do you want to do?
I like stab it with wit's end, or attempt to stab it.
It, the one above Ugrin or the one on Max's neck?
Would I be able to reach Mac with Yugen in front of me?
You can because you're small.
Okay, cool. Then the one on Max.
All right. Roll for it. What are you attacking it with? Let me first say.
Wit's end, so I'm
Okay.
gonna stab it 19 plus 6,
Plus?
so 25.
No, that definitely hits.
Okay, and then it's 1d8. 1 second. Would this one get sneak attack as well?
Yes.
Okay, cool beans. Thank you. $18.
Creature instantly pops. But when it does so, there's it's filled with little, like, thumbnail sized larvae. Can everyone make a constitution saving throw, please?
Oh, fuck. What did it do? Oh, wow.
We'll find out in a couple of sessions what happens to Spiritus.
Okay, so Arlena is on 11, and Ugrin, it's Constitution, right?
Yes?
17.
You're rolling for Max or want me to roll?
Okay. Yeah, you roll for Max.
Yeah,
Okay.
Spiritus is fuck.
Max.
I gaan nou vir Max.
Oh,
Wat Spiritus so?
nice.
Max. Yeah.
20 for him, natural 1 for me, for a total of 3, in case that matters.
It doesn't matter. Arlena and Spiritus, you each take 7 points of poison damage and is now considered poisoned.
Aww.
This. Ugrin instinctively just puts his hand in front of his mouth and eyes. Max, I mean, he's just turned the wrong way. He just feels something splat at the back of his head. The larva splats over around you, Ugrin, and onto the face of Spiritus and Arlena. Each of you feel something enter you. One, Arlena, in your ear. But you try to scratch it out, but it's in. Spiritus, one in your nose. Try to blow it out, and it's just feels like a burning sensation.
Yeah, I just want to say one, oops, and number two, bleh.
Okay.
It's like one of my
Until this thing.
fears come alive.
I'm glad that you told me. I'll try to do it more often. uh, no,
Mean.
I'll explain later. But mechanically speaking, until you get this thing out some way, every hour will take 2d6 poison damage. Right. Arlena, what else do you do on your turn?
Dan 7 damage. Wat ek nie was by.
Oh, ek het nou nie een ding. Since I'm tiny, am I able to move past Spiritus who's behind me?
Yes?
Okay, so then I just move a little back a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I just move back behind Spiritus.
Cool.
And since he's
Yep.
bigger than me, does that mean I can hide behind him?
Yes.
Okay, so
In terms of you'll be considered well behind half cover.
She wants to use cunning action.
basically, yeah.
Yeah?
So, yeah, and then since I'm what halfling nibbleness, you can move through space of any creature that's larger, but that's a size larger than you. Okay, yeah, then I can hide behind him. And naturally stealthy, you can attempt to hide even when you're obscured by only a creature that is at least one size larger than you.
Cool. Roll stealth.
Roll for stuff.
Okay.
I'm
So-
glad to see you using your stuff.
Yeah, we were discussing it before session, so I just gave her a couple of ideas.
Yeah, this is what makes her powerful. Every time you can just hide and roll
Yeah,
sneak attack.
also have a rogue character that I made which looked a lot into that. But no idea how it would actually work in combat.
Alright, total stealth.
Okay, so I'm proficient in stealth. So that's,
Expert.
Oh, expert in stealth. So that's 14.
Right, 14 stealth. Alright, so how would it work? The creature's passive perception needs to be higher than 14 to see you. But you don't know what it is.
Okay, cool.
So that
What?
means she doesn't know if she's hidden.
She thinks she's hidden. I mean, you don't know what other creatures, if they can, until they act on it, right? So, until then, you'll see. It is now the other creature's turn, and it will drop down onto Ugrin.
Fucking missed me though.
Huh? The first one.
No, it's not gonna work.
No, there were two. So the first one dropped on max. The other one missed me because my perception was high enough, wasn't it?
No, you only saw that one.
Oh, got you.
Right. That would be. It's got 3 attacks, so the first one misses. Second one is. Right. That one is 21. Does that hit?
It hits.
Nice. 1d4.
Ja, but
It's 6 points of piercing damage.
Ah, it's okay.
It is now also attached to you. But that's its turn. Max,
Okay, so difficult. I think Max is just gonna swing at it with his. Is a mace that he has, right? Morningstar, sorry, with his Morningstar. So that would be 16 to hit.
hits, roll damage.
I'm not attack.
7.
Yeah. And it's relatively large, but well, considering it's tiny in comparison to you, but I mean, you find enough purchase and use. It's on Ugrin, and Max just swings around and he carefully aims his Morningstar and he just swat it off. It's on the side of the cave wall now. So you want to do anything else? He's. How long does the spirit weapon last for?
1 minute, it's gone.
Alright, it's gone, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there is some things where I need to save some stuff afterwards. Yeah, so Orlina's no longer in melee range of Max, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's much else that we can do right now that would be super useful as a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with all these spells, so I think we'll stop there.
Alrighty.
Max.
Spiritus, what do you want to do?
Ah, crap. Okay, so Spiritus is going to sort of just. I still know where Arlena is, right?
Make a perception. What's your passive perception?
12.
No, you don't see her.
Oh, so she's gone from me as well. Okay.
You look behind. She went behind you. Look around you. She's just moving with your head. She's hiding. You can't see her.
Okay, cool. In that case, that is unfortunately her loss.
Well, that's
I will.
Mechanics,
in combat.
Yeah, I will then bonus action and sort of 2 beams of light will come down on me. And I will regain 10 hit points. Nice, I'm back up to max. Okay. And then, let's see as a main action, what can I do? I think I'm gonna main action Sacred Flame this thing.
Cool.
Yeah, so sort of white fire starts to burn it. It needs to make a dex save.
That seems appropriate, eh? Burn it with fire. Dex
Well,
save.
Radiant fire.
Roll the one natural one.
Okay, cool. So that is a 1d8. Let me just clear all this dice I'm not rolling. So that would be. Yeah, 5 radiant damage.
Oh, just erupts into flame. And it's got like a little shriek. As it withers and crawls up and like tries to like squirm, and it falls to the ground. Just falls into the water. Floats. It's now charred and black, but seems to be dead. We're once again out of combat. What does the body want to do?
DM, I want to ask something first, sorry, before anybody else goes. So Spiritus and Arlena are considered poisoned, correct?
Yes, considered poisoned, yes. But until they actually say something, you don't know that.
Okay, thank you.
Would I know that Alina's poisoned? Probably not.
No. You know, you know, you don't even know that you are poisoned.
Oh, I don't know I'm poisoned.
You know something entered into you. You know it's unnatural. You don't know what its effects is going to be.
But we know that something crawled inside of us.
Definitely, yes.
Okay, cool. So we, yeah, dat ons moes nou net.
Yeah, so Max, don't know what happened when that thing popped. Something weird happened and entered into me. Do you have any means of possibly knowing what the hell it is or checking me out?
Of course, let's just get out of here.
Something crawled inside me, dude. Don't forget about me. That was disgusting. Oh my word, it's so gross.
You
Right,
as well. Okay.
let's get out. Let's get out. Turn around. Let's go.
Okay, we turn around and we all yeet ourselves out of the cave.
Yes.
Well, I fall over Arlena because I didn't see her there.
Awesome. You are now
Not
wait from
prone.
yeah, you sort of crawl out behind it, but the relative light of the surroundings find you once more. Go stand on the side of the river outside of the relatively cold water. And Max turns to Spiritus and Arlena says, here's the thing. I can do something for one of you. The other one of you will have to wait until tomorrow.
That's fine. I think whatever it is you can do for some good for Arlene, I can sort of try and keep myself alive for a bit.
Okay. He will use he's used one of his second level spell slots, right?
Yes, yes.
Alright, so he'll can use the other one for I'm just gonna assume whatever I use is prepared. Lesser restoration. Max takes out his spell pouch and he's crushing some herbs and things, and he blows into your when he says like a little prayer almost that you can't understand, Arlena. And as he blows it, these fine herbs turn golden, like radiant, and it enters your body. And then you feel it. First it's such a splitting, sharp pain in your ear, and then this thing falls out dead. But then it's like relief.
Oh gee, crap! So that's probably going to come out of me as well.
So, sorry,
What
do I
is that?
see?
Yes, you see it.
Okay. I look at it with like disgust on my face and just start stomping on it.
And you hear Ygritte in the background go, ew!
Great.
Awesome.
Now I'm possessed by something else.
Great, just great.
I'm gonna say, Spiritus and Olena, I want you to make a note of this.
Okay.
This is a new thing that everyone will have to keep track of at some point. It's a scale from 1 to 10. Each one of you, well, Arlena and Spiritus, you get 1 point of stress to your character.
Crap.
Whenever you make any roll of any kind, you'll have to minus that level of stress as a penalty until you can reduce it. Actually, Arlena, as lesser restoration reduces stress by 1, you don't have stress. Spiritus, you've got 1 level of stress.
So it's -1 on all rolls.
Yes. A long rest reduces stress by 1. Or you can spend an entire day relaxing doing something that is calm. Will also reduce your stress. Cool. Also, if you don't increase your stress by 1, for the next day it reduces by 1. Not every encounter is going to increase stress. It's just really things that would freak out your characters, like unknown larvae creeping into your orifices.
Makes absolute
That's
sense.
nasty.
Alrighty, Ygritte, what's up?
So seeing as though we're outside of the cave, I sling off the backpack that I had over my shoulder and I proceed to go through the contents.
Cool.
What do I find?
A purse is 60 gold pieces in the purse and 6 silver pieces. 2 books. One's got a arcane symbol on it. You recognize it, its likeness to what Aloran had. It's a spell book. The other one, as you flip through it, looks like a journal. And you find 3 explorer packs inside. Now, explorer packs is what adventurers use. They are bundled up. There's a mess kit and a tinderbox and all of these kind of things. And that's it.
Awesome, thanks. I tell the party what I found. However, I'm not sharing anything of the contents just yet. Just keeping it, putting it all back into the bag. And Then I asked the party if any of them noticed anything regarding the missing kid inside the cave, as we all just yoinked out of there.
Max will respond. My general perception is quite good. I didn't see anything except for what seemed like those. After coming back, I saw those bodies. None of them looked like a child to me. Say, you said a journal. Did you read it? What does it say?
As he says journal, it looks like Eugen has a light bulb moment and he takes the journal back out and he starts reading it. What does he see?
It reads page 1. Scribbled very hastily and looks like a doctor wrote it. It reads, after numerous attempts to leave this cursed land, each time we find ourselves back where we started. Even the ranger to the caliber of Fenrir cannot seem to find his way out of these woods. Get to another page. I almost said scroll down. Another page reads, we've come to the conclusion that we are either trapped in a pocket dimension or somehow on another plane. Well, that's according to Xander, our so-called arcane expert. Like 10 exclamation marks off. There's a couple of pages torn out, and then on the last pages, that is smeared in blood, reads, we are heading east in hopes to find answers. I can only say that we hope to find more hospital people than in this bleak place.
Okay, well, that's rather dark, and I relay that message to the party. And what do you think of this? I look at Max.
Well, I think we also head out east from this town, and it is indeed a bleak place. But I mean, we haven't gotten lost in the woods, have we?
That's how we got here.
But were we actually lost?
I mean, we couldn't find our way back. Doesn't that mean lost?
He shrugs his shoulders and seems to fine thinking about it while staring up in the sky. Arlena, what do you think?
I think that little roundabout in the woods previously, or earlier, a few days ago, might be considered lost. And I really do think these people met an unfortunate end. It could be the unfortunate souls we saw in the cave.
Curtis, what do you think?
Yeah, I think these people don't have good trackers because I mean, I spent lots of time in caves. I mean, caves are relatively easy for me to navigate out, so I don't really get how they would struggle above ground. So I'm just glad to navigate and I probably got stuck in the small cave. Speaking of which, did you guys see if the cave had an ending or if it went in deeper?
No, it was just it was clear. It was like a hollow more than a cave.
Okay.
Arlena looks at Spiritus and just like with this disgusted look. I was kind of distracted by the things crawling around inside of us.
Yeah, let's just hope it makes its way to my stomach, then at least I can digest it naturally, I suppose.
Arlena turns a shade of green when Spiritus sees that.
Awesome. Alright. And with that information, what do you want to do?
We haven't found the goal yet, so our quest is not yet complete. Do we continue on the path?
I say we continue on the path. It's the only known direction that we currently have.
Yeah, I mean, we came to this river. I don't know if we saw any other trails. If the trail specifically went to the river, we just saw that there's a body and then we headed to the river. So I don't really know which way the trails went from here.
Yeah. Everyone make a perception roll.
Is that not also by a cake for now?
Okay. Can I? Yeah, no, it's fine. It's good at that. So that would be a
7
3
for
for
me.
me.
11 for me.
And for Max, it would be damn. 20 for Max.
Yeah, he went all in on perception there. Everyone above 10, you notice in about 100 feet, not a dire wolf, but a larger than normal regular wolf, pitch black, seems to look at you. And when Max and Ugrin, you look at it, and yeah. How much did you have, Orlena? You also have above 10.
7.
Alright, there you go. Ugrin and Max, you see, as soon as you look at this wolf, it meets your eyes for like a second, almost knowingly, and then runs off into the bush.
Actually, a good thing Arlena didn't see it. She would run towards it.
A bit bigger than a puppy.
I don't care how big a dog is, it's a puppy.
Alrighty. Did you guys see that? Max says.
I saw it.
Should be careful. We don't know what tracks us in these woods. Maybe it's best for us to return to the path.
First of all, you're extremely paranoid. I saw absolutely nothing. But the path would be our best way.
Ask him, it was there.
Yeah, both of you are little paranoid Nellies.
Alright.
Jürgen looks over at Elena. He's like, rude.
Now pop Mittens back out on top of my head.
Where does Mittens pop out from?
An A, I guess.
Hmm? Oh, so
You
I
said
can
you
was
pop out.
yeah, I can was dismiss it to whatever dimension and then.
Oh, so you summon it.
Yeah, summon
You
Mittens
don't
back.
birth a cat.
Yeah, imagine that. Or pretending like to make a fart and out comes Mittens.
Okay,
I
I
mean,
hate it.
I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I'm also not saying I would pay to see that.
I regret
I was like,
going down this road. Anyways, alright. It takes a couple of minutes again to find the road. To the west, back to the village, east, onward into an unknown direction. Where do you guys want to go?
East?
Yeah, well, the footprints that we saw last, were they going straight across or were they heading towards the river?
You couldn't see it going to. You walked to the road and you lost the foot. I mean, it was on our road. You can't follow it. Or
Oh,
you
yes,
assumed
yes,
that
yes,
it went.
okay.
And then you walked and found the river and saw the body and then went to investigate. So now like on the opposite side of the bridge. So the bridge is now seemingly behind you. And the party decides to carry on east.
Always east.
And you walk onward for about an hour till you come across a swarm of ravens nestled in this dead black gnarled tree. It stands almost alone at the side of this point of the road.
Much weird.
You're about 60 feet from it and there's like maybe 50 ravens in it.
Do I see anything peculiar from where we are about this tree specifically?
Make a perception roll.
Hold up. Okay, let's see if I get a 1. That's enough. 9.
I mean, it looks dead. You'll have to go closer to see specific details.
I'm sorry, but this looks extremely suspicious.
It's a murder.
Okay.
It's a murder.
But
Thank you. Somebody got it.
No, I did. I did as well. Of crows.
I was referring to my wife looking at me very bluntly when I said it the first time.
Because of you.
Are we
Hey,
gonna
that joke is
sneak
awesome, okay?
past
Shut
it,
up.
or try to sneak past it, or we're just gonna run through it and see what happens? We're gonna go around it. Do we even see if there's any tracks leading away from the road, or nothing yet?
make a survival check.
Let's hope I can survive above ground as well. Apparently not so much. 8.
I mean, the road is well traveled, so it's a dirt road, but it's well compacted. So there's some tracks you can see, or maybe on the shoulders of the road. There's a couple of footprints. You can't make any details. So there's the to the sides, the underbrush and the further on the trees is quite dense. So you can't specifically spot a track that leads off the path, which leads you to assume that it might have traveled just on the road. I mean, once out of town, what would be the point to sneak in the trees? Especially
Okay.
with who knows what lurks in there. Yes.
Okay. First time I used the button. I actually want to do something. It might put us in trouble, but yeah.
Do it.
Okay. So Arlena looks at this tree and kind of like cocks her head to the side, looking at it like very curiously. Takes out her bow and arrow and shoots an arrow at the tree.
Okay. I mean, it's a pretty big target. I'm not even gonna make you roll.
Yeah, if I miss that, then I need to hand in my.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you just attempting to hit the tree, or are you actually trying to go for one of the crows?
I just want to hit the tree and see what the crows do.
All right, cool.
Or does.
You hit the tree like halfway up the trunk. There's one of your arrows big in. And you just see all the crows flutter, and the droning from all the crows. They circle around the tree. Some of them fly off, only to return a couple of moments later as you witness this for 5 minutes and they all return to the tree.
Well, that's suspicious.
I'd like to point out at this time,
Yeah.
it's about 2 p.m.
Okay, so Yugen takes about 20 steps feet forward, so he's about 40 feet away from the tree. And he slams his sword against his shield, trying to get a reaction out of the crows.
Sword?
My axe, sorry.
Make a animal handling check. Or intimidation. Whatever your intent is.
It's 9, and it was for intimidation.
Cool. One crow squawks, and flies up, and none of the others do. You see it, one on the other opposite side just poops. So they do seem like natural crows.
Okay. Spiritus, Max, anything you wanna attempt? You wanna investigate? Go further? Closer?
It seems the crows seems to scare relatively easily. Do I get any sense if this is just a normal dead tree, or is there something that stands out to me about the tree?
To go closer.
I think we should move closer. I will take the lead if need be.
Okay. As you approach the tree, Expecting the worst, but cautiously, that feeling of suspicion, nothing happens until you're about 15 feet to where the crows take off, flying quite high above the tree, circling. You step closer to the tree, inspecting it. Looks like it was burnt, given that its black appearance. Spiritus, you can make an investigation roll.
Cool.
Hoor. En dan jij ze op je hoek.
Maar dan kan je er later.
Even. Set my rolls tonight, gee.
You don't notice anything unnatural about it.
Cool, guys. Yeah, so Lauren probably wasn't here. Yeah. Just a burn tree, I suppose. We're moving on.
Oh.
Max will say, by all means. How far do we follow this path? What if it just goes on forever?
So do we see any other footprints or anything like that?
Evidence of what?
Or any evidence of what burnt the tree? Anything near or around it?
Not obviously, but I mean, if you want to spend some time to look around, you can make an investigation check.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to make an investigation check.
Okay.
I also think we should maybe carry on this road for another hour or two at max, and then either find a place to camp for the night or start heading back to town. Otherwise, we won't get there in time, and we'll be in the forest in the dark.
Investigation 22.
Right. You've looked for details all your life. You know how to spot them. Maybe not in this type of setting, but under bushes, under trees, you peel up a piece of bark, smell it, cautiously put your tongue, just the tip of your tongue on it. I mean, it's been, whatever burnt it was a very long time ago. It's just a dead tree at this point, and it's never recovered from whatever burnt it. There's no inscriptions or stones or bones or anything. It just looks like a burnt tree.
Well, that's disappointing.
So how far away from town are we currently? How many hours walk?
Well, you didn't just take the road, but the way you traveled, you guys traveled about 3 hours.
And it's 2 p.m. right now.
I mean, you don't have a curfew.
Yeah. But I would suggest we turn back before it gets too late. So I would say we follow the path for another 2 to 3 hours, see what we spot, and then turn around for the night.
We can always try again early in the morning.
Right. As you continue eastward for about an hour. It's just less than an hour. You follow the road and it curves. You see the river, basically a bit more upriver. You see the river flowing. Seems about 10 feet lower as you are slightly increasing in elevation. You come to a fork in the road, and if someone says they pick it up, you'll get lightning bolted. The road forks, and the one to the left seems like a continuation of this road. The one to the right seems a lot more narrow. But that's not what piques your interest. An old wooden gallows creaks in the chill wind that blows down from the high ground from the west. A frayed length of rope hangs. And opposite the signpost on the gallows, opposite the, let's say the rope hangs on the one side, and the opposite post is a sign with an arrow that points off in 3 directions. Village Barovia to the east, Valaki to the southwest, and to the northwest says Ravenloft.
So
Sorry, on the opposite side of the road, a low wall, crumbling in places like old stone bricks, encloses a small plot, and you see about 10 graves, 10, 11 graves, old and overgrown, standing there, opposite the road of the gallows. Ugrin, go.
So I step on the fork, and then
You wanna attempt it?
So you said to our right, it's like a broken down, overgrown wall.
Right, if I can explain it. If you're walking, in front of you there's a split, sort of 45 degrees to the left. If you like 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock on the clock in front of you. 10 o'clock is the one road, 2 o'clock is the other road, 12 o'clock is where the gallows is, and about 8 o'clock is where the graves are.
Oh, that's the same. That's not the same graves that we investigated earlier. So I would suggest to the party we perhaps take a look at the gravesite.
What was the other direction of the town? The sign I've got Barovia and Ravenloft, and what's the other
The
one?
Barovia points towards where you came from, the other one is Ravenloft, and the third arrow points to Valaki. You recognize this name as I don't know. Yes, Ismok told you to take escort Irina there.
I agree with Ugrin. We have a look at the graves. Maybe something's been disturbed recently.
Okay. The low wall, there's no gate. It's long been deserted. You spent some time looking around. Doesn't look like anyone's been there for a very long time. But what's curious is that all the graves are blank. All the gravestones are blank. There's nothing inscribed on them.
Is it like black stone or just
Blank.
blank? Oh, sorry.
Empty.
No inscriptions, no names, no cause of death, no dates, nothing, just blank.
But it also be like, guys, I don't know about you based on what you've seen, but I'm sort of strongly got the feeling that this girl might have run away from home and that she's, I know it's supposed to be referring to a girl, but I'm guessing she could be a woman's age for all that we know. But it's really starting to look to me like she ran away based on how she ran around town. And even the doll that we found that seems to have been an old doll sort of makes me think it's like a doll that a little girl kept while she was growing up and is now not a little girl anymore. It's just my thoughts so far.
How does Ugrin and Arlena respond to that?
Well, you're making an assumption. Do you really want to go back to a grieving mother telling her that her daughter just ran away and you're giving up a search?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's what it's looking like to me at this point.
I still think we attempt to find her, and if she ran away, by all means, then we leave her be. But she could still be in danger.
I agree with. Sorry, I agree with Olena. I actually do. I think it would be best if we try and get at least a little more information. Try and find out where the girl is. I mean, like she said, if she did run away, then we can at least complete the quest and tell the mother, "Listen, your daughter ran away. Yo, crazy bitch."
Cool, makes sense.
You guys remember her being referred to as Mad Mary, right?
Yes.
Maybe she never had a daughter.
No, just making sure.
Specifically for that reason that I'm thinking her daughter isn't as young anymore.
Yeah, maybe she never even had a daughter. Maybe it's all in her head.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybelline.
Yeah. No, I mean, it could have, if it wasn't her daughter, then did she possibly have another visitor? Maybe, I don't know, I'm just going on a limb here, but whatever it was, vampire girl from Ravenloft that keeps on sneaking in and out. And that she thinks she's her daughter, possibly. Who knows?
Possibly.
Yeah. What do you? I said like everyone's about traveling here and looking for the graves. Took you another hour. When traveling to this point and looking, investigating the site took another hour. What is the party? What are you guys thinking?
That I should probably roll for poison damage.
Yes, true. 2d6. Go for
Okay. After he dies, I'll want to say something.
it.
That's not too bad.
So I suggest. What did you say this other town's name? Lucky or what?
Valaki.
Valaki.
Yes.
Sounds quite good. Maybe we should, seeing as though we should take the lady there, maybe we can scope out Valaki.
You did remember Ismark saying it's about 4 days travel to Valaki.
Okay, so that's a no. Maybe we should head back as it might be getting late soon.
Agreed. We can pick up the search again tomorrow.
If we want to.
Indeed, perhaps it's something else around the house that we can try and inspect, or maybe ask the townspeople more about
Yep.
the lady and why she's being referred to as mad. See if we can gain any other info. Maybe ask townspeople if they've seen someone sneak around town or something of the like.
Great. Let's go.
Agreed.
Okay. You take just the path, right? Not
Yeah, take
Yeah.
the path.
you're not tracking your way back exactly the same. You're just taking the shortest path to the village.
Shortest path to the village, I'd say, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Each one of you roll a d6, please.
Okay. With 3. Zij bezoek 3. What are the odds?
Right. Can everyone roll it again, please? I'm trying to get a differentiation of results.
Okay.
Please
I
don't
should
everyone roll a 3.
I'll just roll for what's his name as
No,
well.
not him. Not
Oh,
him.
okay.
Just people at the party.
What's all the fours now? Okay.
Okay,
Roll the 6.
6 me.
Right. As you walk past Orlena, you hear a creaking noise behind you coming from the gallows.
Okay, I stop and well, I'm walking next to Ugrin and I grab his arm and turn around and tell him, I heard a noise.
As you turn around, where there was nothing before you, now hangs a lifeless grey body. A small-ish, short female. Familiar face. Your face. The figure slowly turns in the breeze until its grey dead eyes meet yours.
So it's me, basically. I'm
You.
looking at me.
Yes.
Okay, Arlena looks at this and she... Okay, baby, just close your ears, please. And she's just like, what the actual fuck?
Baby can open his ears now.
Oh, yeah, the baby can open her ears now, it's fine.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Wait, did Arlene say that out loud?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so they go, wait, whoa, what's going on? What's up? What's happening?
The rest of the party don't perceive this.
So you don't see that the thing hanging me. That's me hanging there.
Nobody's hanging there.
You
Open
don't.
your eyes.
No, sorry. The rest of let me rephrase. Sorry, the rest of the party doesn't see Arlena hanging there. They just see an unfamiliar person hanging there. Sorry for the correction.
Okay.
Okay.
All of a sudden, so we didn't see that previously as well.
You didn't not see it. You're 100% sure it wasn't there.
I think we should investigate this. I didn't see that corpse hanging there. I didn't see Orlena there.
That's
Listen,
my face.
No, you have your
Yes.
face. Shut up.
Can I kick Ugrin in the ankles?
Take
Look,
blood.
I've slept in my times down in the Underdark and the caves. There were many times that I tried to gain more powers. I would often sleep next to corpses to try and commune with their spirits. And this something that wasn't there and that's all of a sudden there, that feels very ghostly to me. I could be wrong, but I think we should just be cautious.
Well, since you're the expert on all things ghosts, go look at it. Why does it have my face?
It doesn't have your face. What do you mean?
It has my face.
You're saying you want us to
look,
hang you there?
Look at it. You guys are
Doesn't
making
have
me
your
look
face.
insane.
You are insane. Hush now. Hush. Spiritus, let's go investigate.
I kick Ugrin in the ankles again.
All right. I want those who investigate to specifically, explicitly tell me. Specifically, explicitly. That's delicious, right? Explicitly tell me how they investigated. What do you do?
I just want to look at it while it's swinging there. Do I perceive it to be solid or can I see through it?
It looks solid, but make a perception roll. See what else.
There we go.
Lekker, Jay.
Good job.
22.
It smells exactly like dead corpse. It looks exactly like dead corpse. Yeah. Apart from physically, like, I mean, if you really want to taste it, I mean, we can go down that road. But from all your senses that you've told me what you want to do, you can discern that it's a real corpse.
Okay, I'll just tell Eugen. Yeah, Eugen, this to me looks like it's an actual person that's hanging there from what I can see. It looks physical.
But Spiritus, corpse wasn't there a moment ago. And
I know.
the Ugrin unsheathes you, walks up closer to the corpse, and uses the handle part. So I keep, like, literally, I have the blade in my hand, like the head part, and I move the corpse from side to side, trying to see if it's hanging from the neck or see any distinctive traits around this corpse.
Okay. As you poke it, it starts to swing, and as it starts to swing, it starts to dissipate. melting into nothing. Black energy surround, well, like almost like a end game, but not just blackness. Dissipates into nothing, and the frayed rope remains.
Illusion? And I turn around and I look at the party. What is this magic?
Max at this point will say, perhaps it's not such an arcane or illusion magic per se, but might I suggest that this place might be cursed? I would give a warning not to touch anything. None of you touched any of the graves, did you?
No.
No. But I feel like I am being threatened because that thing definitely had my face on it.
It could be a malicious spirit that dwells here. We should not linger.
Well, let's get a move on then. Because if that thing comes at me, I don't think I can stab the spirit.
And with that, what does the rest of the party want to do? Are you now heading back?
I want to get the hell out of there.
I want to know.
Yeah,
Go ahead, sorry, Spiritus. Go ahead.
that's what, like, while we're heading back, I'll just sort of constantly keep on looking around, seeing if I can see any beings shape into and out of existence. Just sort of curious, just checking out the zone, not necessarily rolling for any checks, but just being aware.
Then it will be your passive perception. Right, let me just check. Alrighty, you can go ahead and make 6d6 rolls.
66 rolls.
Yep. As you travel about 3 hours backwards to the village. It's 2 per hour, so
Oh,
60.
fuck, okay. I'm assuming in
Not so
between
bad,
all,
right? That's what you said.
yeah, well, that one roll, but in between all of them hitting us, will I be able to do healing things?
Yes. Alright, let's reduce it to... Alright, roll all of it. Tell me how many
Hey, I
rolls you
wanted to
make.
say I wanted to investigate that thingy-mabobby first, but okay, let's head back.
What thingy mo Bobby?
Yeah.
That thing at my face.
That thingy with a ghosty. I want to know what it is. I am.
Okay, we can hold off the damage. What do you want to do?
So at the gallows right now, I can only see the frayed rope.
Yes.
Is there? Well, okay. Am I tall enough to hit the top of the gallows, where the rope is attached to?
If you climb on top where the platform is.
You can climb on top of the gallows.
Cool. You see most of the wood is rotted. You have to do like a crisscross pattern. You stand underneath the rope. What do you want to do?
I want to see if I chop off the wood where the rope is attached to.
Yes, you can chop it.
Yeah, then I take you and I attempt to chop it off.
Cool. Yeah, easy enough. No check needed. You hit it right where it's tied around the wood, and based upon your special properties of the axe blade, you chop right through, and the cross beam falls into two. The rope slides off, lying at your feet.
So while the rope is lying there, I take out my tinderbox and I proceed to try and set the entire thing alight.
Cool. Takes you a couple of minutes, but it burns.
As it burns, I step off. I try to step off the gallows. I go back to the party and tell them, hopefully that's the last we've seen of that.
Maxwell looks satisfied. That is a good thing you did. Hopefully that will keep the spirits at bay.
And I smile and I nod my head at Max. Thank you. I think we should make haste back to town.
Okay. Spiritus, you take a set amount of damage. How much of that do you heal back?
I am going to. Yeah, let's do healing things. I can do quite a few healing things actually. Just get rid of all this dice and myself apparently. Okay, just get that out of the way. So I am going to release 2, so I still can do 3 of them. And if I need to, I can do even more things. So that is 14 that I healed back. Okay. Plus, I'm gonna do cure wounds, which is D8. So that's
66.
plus, so plus 6 is only 20. Plus 3, so 23. Cool, so I healed more than I took.
Okay.
But let me just mark off things. I've basically used a shit ton of stuff now.
Late afternoon, you enter the village of Barovia from the west. Where do you head first? What do you want to do?
I suggested the party perhaps we should get rid of Spiritus's affliction first. Perhaps the priest might be of assistance.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, and I think after that, I think a nap would suffice by now.
Well,
Yeah, what time is it now?
about 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, okay. Yeah, I don't know if we can maybe ask around town with a little bit of time that we've still got to see what we can find out about the Mad Lady and people
I
skulking
forgot
around
about
town.
that.
I can. Sorry, Mr. DM. I can always accompany. I tell Spiritus I can accompany you to the priest, and we can see if we can have you healed up, whilst Max and Elena try and get more information about the Mad Lady. Mad Mary.
Divide and conquer. Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Where do you guys want to talk, or where do you want to find out?
I think 7.
I think I'll also send Mittens with you guys. So myself and Mittens is telepathically linked. So just tag on Mittens if he needs to contact me.
Me and, well, Spiritus and Ugrin, because Ugrin is accompanying him.
All right. So Max and Orlena, you head off to Laranavine Tavern, but not before Ugrin and Spiritus come before the familiar church. Except the door is not open; it's barred. Push on it, doesn't give.
Curious, wonder what happened here.
Can we hear anything from the outside?
Make a perception roll.
$14?
Yeah, you hear Father Donovich inside praying.
Can I knock louder?
Yes. As you do, you hear him pause. And then he starts praying again.
Can I yell at him when he stops, when he pauses? To try and get his attention?
Yeah, what do you yell?
Father Donovich, we need your assistance.
You hear him. I'm on his
Oh, he's drunk.
Als ooit.
Does Spiritus also hear that?
Yeah. So, well, okay, yeah. So, do I hear it?
Yes.
Cool.
You hear him.
Um,
You hear sort of footsteps coming. Like, tip, tip, and then stop and you hear. You just hear someone. You hear Father Donovan. By the morning, Lord, fat fucking cunt. Sorry, but
Okay.
for the language, but this guy's he's not an happy place today. You followed by weeping. Why am I being punished?
So with a loud noise, I proceed to try and open the door.
How?
Sorry, I thought he unbarred it with the noise.
No,
when
he
he-
didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He just approached, and then with a loud thud, he seemingly fell over something.
Oh, okay, okay. Spiritus, perhaps we should find an alternate way in.
if you want, I can try speaking directly in his head. I don't know. I don't think he's in a very good state to deal with that as well, though. But that isn't an option. Yeah, if he's like this, I doubt he'll be able to heal me. Yeah, I don't know. Do you want us to still try? Otherwise, we'll have to hope I make it through the night.
Is there an apothecary? There is an apothecary in town.
There's two shops. There is Boldrat's Mercantile and Dragomir's Emporium.
Spiritus, I suggest we move to Dragomir's Emporium, see if he has something to help your affliction.
Do you know where that is? Or otherwise, we'll just have to ask for directions at the pub, I suppose.
Right. Good plan. We'll segue that in. While you guys come back and did that, Arlena and Max, you are at the inn where the barkeep is in the exact same spot polishing a different glass, looking spaced out as usual. Arlena, who do you want to talk to?
I go up to the barkeep first,
Mm-hmm.
and I just look at him and he's like,
It's a her, right?
No, it's a
Oh,
him.
it's a him. Sorry.
The one who brings the meals is a her, the black curly haired lady. No, she's not black. There, hair is curly.
Got you.
That is black.
and first I try to get his attention, just like tapping on the ground.
Apologies. What can I do for you? Vine?
No, I'm okay. What can you tell me about Mad Mary?
Ah. She goes around asking for someone to go look for her daughter. Every day, almost.
When did her daughter go missing?
He sort of spaces out and look. Sorry? What you say?
When did her daughter go missing?
He just looks at you, blank expression. He just shrugs his shoulders.
Do you know if she actually had a daughter?
I could keep to myself. I don't see daughter.
Sorry, did you say don't see daughter?
I don't see daughter.
Oh, okay. So you know nothing about her daughter, actually.
I know nothing about Mary. She not come here. I not go there. Only hear what people talk. Mary come to my house screaming, crying. Mary screaming at my door. Mary screaming at my window. Mary crying. Night. Sometimes you can hear her cry, even if you just walk in the street.
Do you maybe know anybody else that might know Mary a bit better? Anybody closer to Mary?
He shrugs his shoulders again.
Okay. Max, you want to try anything?
Might I suggest we speak to someone else? Where's the black lady with the black hair? She seemed a bit more informed than him. Um, and he waves over. Ah, what can I do for you tonight?
Do you know Mad Mary?
I know who she is.
Okay, but do you have any information regarding her daughter? Like when her daughter went missing, what her daughter looked like?
She got to you. The girl
Yeah.
that disappeared a couple of years ago.
Oh wow, a couple of years ago.
I don't know. Teen time. Could be.
Can you maybe remember how many years ago?
I mean, she looks back a bit puzzled. Maybe it was a couple of months ago.
You just said a few years.
He shrugs his shoulders. I don't know. Fuzzy.
Do you know where the lady with the pies are?
Oh, Creddy.
Yes, that one.
She comes into town every couple of weeks. She travels between here and Valaki.
Oh, well, that's just lovely. So, do you know anybody else that could give me information regarding Mary and her daughter?
Oh, we don't know Mary that well. She is obviously this event with her daughter has got her distraught. What I can tell you is that apart from my daughter leaving quite a while ago, and no doubt so constrained, what young woman would want to be treated like a child every day of her life?
Do you remember how old Mary's daughter was?
Well, she was a young woman. Say, 20s?
And do you maybe know who her father is?
I cannot say. I do not know.
Okay.
They must be from Cape Town.
I like sigh, kind of like a defeated sigh. Just like, okay, thank you.
At this point, Spiritus and Hugrin, you come in, and you just catch the end of that conversation, hearing that Gertruda's in the early 20s.
Golden.
Spiritus seems like you were correct in assuming she might have just run away. But onto the issue at hand. It's still early enough. We should find Dragomir's Emporium and thingamabobbies.
Right. You recall walking between the mansion and the tavern, that there was a curious-looking building that says Dragomir's Emporium engraved into like a wooden board. It's like almost like black painted wooden building, narrow. It's almost made to look like a crypt, but made from wood, in like a sort of like a what do you call it, man? Not like a spoof, but like you would find at the fair, a carnival type of playful sort of vibe.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but that's also suspicious.
And that just triggers your memory. That is it read Dragomir's
Emporium.
something.
I suggest
Dragomir was the big wording was it Dragomir.
think we should make our way towards this emporium before the place is closed down and see if we can rid you of your ailment.
Yeah, please. This thing is wriggling inside me. It feels uncomfortable. Yeah, that's. I'm gonna. I don't know if you're coming with or not, but I'm going there.
I'll go
Max,
with Spiritus.
Max is. Yeah, Max is. Sounds very interesting to say the least. I mean, what place would call itself an emporium?
I just follow the guys. Kind of like
Okay.
I'm not staying here alone.
You, on memory, you find the place on the outside. You indeed see this tall, narrow, seemingly brooding, or made to look like a brooding building with a sharp-pitched roof and exaggerated details on the corners. The foundation, and which is about knee-high, is made built with black stone, dark wood with the rest. The front door is painted a deep red, like a well-matured wine, next to which stands a rose bush in bloom with a dozen roses in the same color. Overhead reads, carved, big, Dragomir, and small at the bottom, sort of curved, Curio and Relic Emporium.
I'm gonna go in anyway.
Alright, door opens. It's like a ting-ling-ling-ling as you open the door. You are met with a dark elf. You immediately think of Nazar. Same sort of dark skin, except his eyes are sunken, got white hair, and with a pruned mouth and a withered face. He smiles at you. Oh, hello. We have a new face in town. Please come in. Oh, there is more of you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? How may I be of service? I am Dragomir.
Hey!
When you walk in, you notice glass pedestals with various sizes. One's got, looks like a crown in, and at the base of each of these pillars of looks like display cases is runes inscribed. There's a dagger, there's a quiver, there's a sword, there's a cloak, gloves, necklace, and like a wooden bust, a set of armor, and any other like weird things. What brings you to my wonderful shop?
I don't say anything, but I look at him with kind of like a funny expression because he's suspicious.
So, well, good to meet you, sir. My name is Spiritus. So what brings me here is
Delighted to meet you.
no, big man. I don't shake. Is he shaking man? What's he doing?
Oh, he's just sitting behind the counter.
Okay, cool. No, same. Yeah. So death brings us here. Well, me anyway.
Ah,
I have to say you're a curious one compared to the rest of the town. How come you're not so all doom and gloom like everyone else around here?
well, let's just say I've been here a while. I've seen better times, I've seen darker times. Who's not to say tomorrow would be the best time yet? Besides, there's so many interesting things to collect. Yeah. What do you bring for me?
I bring nothing with me except for
Ah,
coin.
here to purchase, even better.
Hulle my
Let me
kak nie
see.
my rede nie, my bra.
Not the armor wielding type. No swords. What about... He sort of points over there. That necklace, or maybe a ring, that will look wonderful against that deep red skin of yours. What say you?
See, it's also such a-
Or are you here for the curio bag? Oh, wonderful! The curio bag is the most exciting way to experience Dragomir's Emporium. Would you like to know more? Yes, Arlena.
Sorry, just he's like very suspicious and happy and been there a long time. And I'm like, check if he's like actually a suspicious dude.
Yeah, roll inside.
Oh, and it's like, my guy, stand still. I want to see if you're suspicious. Oh my gosh.
Well done.
I told you we're gonna.
Yes, what do you want to say?
What? Spiritus.
Spiritus. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, yeah, that's what I sort of thought. And I just said, I told you we're gonna roll 20s.
He's definitely trying to be more friendly than you know he is. You don't know what he hides, but you don't know if it's like, it's just his retail attitude or if he's hiding something, but he's not naturally this friendly. He's definitely laying it on.
Okay, just 1 second.
And at this point, as he talks about his curio bag, the same deep red, like a relatively large velvet bag that's closed with a golden drawstring. Well, shall we?
Shall we what?
Oh, it's a very, let's just say, we tempt fate. Not in any sort of dark way. I mean, for a mere 20 gold pieces, you grab a random curio, and we'll see what fortunes the gods have installed for you. Whatever you draw, you keep.
This one.
Now look back at what do you guys think? Are we gonna try this? Should I try it?
I take, well, Jürgen steps up. Say, I am Jürgen Olfborn in a very noble voice.
Well, pleased to meet your acquaintance there, sir. I've got something just for you. Points to a massive long sword, like just up to the side of you. What do you think of this exquisitely made piece?
Seeing as though I am a kind of noble blood and stuff, do I know anything about this sword? Do I need to have it appraised? Can I see it's of good make?
First of all, it's also behind glass, but the sword is made with like a Damascus pattern. It's got a black leather wrap. Its guard is distinctively dwarven in design. Would you like to know more about it?
Please tell me more, and I want to see if he's lying while he's telling me the story.
Okay. I'll tell you the story first and then tell me. Well, we will keep that roll. You can give me the total afterwards.
Okay.
You see, in ancient times, dwarves far from this realm took a sword of darkness and a sword of light, and they wanted to forge something greater. They melted both into one blade. They hoped they were creating a weapon that would oppose both fiends and celestials alike. To their surprise, rather than emitting radiant energy, the sword emitted healing energy instead. Despite their best efforts to suppress this flaw, it still comes out from time to time.
Okay, so okay, was that his story?
Yes, his story.
Okay, the roll I made it to what must what? um, is he trying the telling the truth?
From what you can tell, there's nothing he's hiding about it. Um, yeah. Any specific details you'll have to physically be in contact with the sword, um, or to cast identify, or to spend time with it.
Okay. And the armor that I saw, was that heavy armor or?
Oh, he will. Ah, I saw you noticing that armor. It is that's splint mail.
Oh no,
It's
that's
um, black metal scales almost. But it's got intricate etchings where once major blood vessels would be. So like all over the here by the heart and into the arms and down the sides at the back where your kidneys are. Ah, the last user was a warrior, found dead and devoid of any blood. Some say he was still moving when the armor was torn from his cold cadaver. You
sorry.
see,
Uh,
I sell interesting items. Some of them might have a quirk, but as one would say, what is the small fly around you when you are butchering the boar?
Mechanically speaking, splint mail, is that worse or better than chainmail?
Let me check for you. Uh, it's AC 17, and it will give you disadvantage on stealth. In terms of chainmail, it will be better, I think.
Medium, light, or heavy?
It's heavy. Yeah,
Chainmail is
chainmail
also
is AC
heavy.
16.
Okay. I then tell him to give me a price on both the sword and the chainmail. Well, sorry, splint mail.
Excellent, excellent. Wise choice. You see, I'm not here to fleece customers. The armor is only 800 gold, while the sword, it can be yours for a measly 400 gold pieces.
Kan nie so baie goud spandeer daarop nie. In like the best Capetonian accent. Oh, you just. um, um, well, I mean, I don't have any further information about how good this armor is. I haven't even appraised it yet. I'm not sure in total it's worth 1,200 gold. I would settle for
Ah,
a lot less.
well, you see, I can tell you that this is not merely hammered steel. This would offer added benefits for the wearer. As I'm not myself a warrior, I could not tell you exactly what those are, but I can tell you that it's no mere simple armor that you can find at any blacksmith, and I can see a man from your stature is not fit to wear just any armor, not wield any sword. An exceptional man needs exceptional gear, I would say.
Can you be sorry, Spiritus? I heard you mention the ring and amulet as well.
I've got many. Would you like a tour of my emporium?
I would as I would perhaps have a trade. Would you be interested?
It depends on the specific item, I would say.
I proceed to take out the golden circlet I have in my backpack. That's worth like 2,500 gold.
Have you worn this? Does it do anything when you put it on?
Well, as I am no king but only a mere noble, I would not be able to say. However, This golden circlet was found deep inside dwarven caves. Powers of which I have no idea, as I am not trained in the arcane either. However, as you can see, this was well crafted. What do you say?
Make a persuasion roll.
Please. I've been a salesman for like 9 years. Don't roll cuck. Come on, dice card. 17.
With that story of where you found it, sort of you can see just a slight glimmer in his eyes, and he tries to hide it, but you see it. In a cave, you say, with beasts attracted to it. Who's not to say it was itself not attracting the beasts? Very curious. Well, I think we might come to an accord, you and I. Well, which of these fine items would you like?
You mean how many?
Well, let's not push it there. I would trade an exceptional item for this potentially interesting item.
DM, little bit of meta. The Phoenix Stone, can I still take it out of my armor? I think you said it was a gem that gets embedded. I'm not sure
It's
if you can
embedded,
take
yes.
it out.
Wait, what tools are you proficient? Are you proficient with Smith's tools?
Not me, but if I could get like a runesmither.
Then you'll have to find a runesmith or give away your armor. Worth it in.
And it's currently, my chainmail is medium armor, heavy armor.
Also heavy armor.
I would say a trade of sorry, this is Ugrin speaking to the guy. I would say a trade for the longsword and 600 gold would be fair.
For which items would you want?
The longsword and 600 gold for this golden crown, as I swirl it in my hand.
Oh, I see. I thought you were wanting to pay me 600 gold. Ah, unfortunately, I don't think we can come to that arrangement. I would say on any one of my fine, exquisite relics, not items, relics.
Give us a tour of your emporium then.
He points to this crown of sorts, like a delicate, yes, Spiritus.
I suppose also just sort of walk around the armor chest that there is, or while they're speaking, and I'll say like, oh, this looks like a stupendous piece of armor, and then my gear will change into that armor and look the same.
Ah, a fan of the glamour pieces, I see. Did not expect that. This guy seems to know his shit when it comes to magic items.
Whoops.
Okay. No, that's all I do. I'm just going to continue walking with him.
He points to this delicate bronze circlet, and it's adorned with black gems. This circlet was used by a great conqueror who seemed to predict all his enemies' next moves. Eventually he went mad and was cut down by his old son. The next item is a quiver. Looks like a woven leather and wrapped in snakeskin. The magic quiver was a product of a careless mage, hoping to have infinite supply of poison-tipped arrows. He imbued the quiver with magical snake venom. Unfortunately, he used the improper balance of the components, which caused the quiver to have an unfortunate quirk. The next item is a cloak. Now don't be fooled. The simple black cloak. You notice the black cloak, it's got a symbol of a raven. perched on top of a skull. Like it looks like a leather cloak, so it's like embossed on it. This cloak was made by a group of necromancers seeking immortality. In a way, they had found it, but in the end, they all became crippled husks of their former selves. He then walks up to the next item, which is looks like leather gloves. These gloves were imbued with the soul of a great thief. The creator of the gloves realized he underestimated the thief's love for stealing, however. When he saw the gloves started to act on their own, he promptly sold it to me. Soft as the softest silk they are. He then walks up to something that looks horrific. It's a necklace made from a thin leather cord, twisted, and on it hangs like a dozen embalmed tongues, like human-sized tongues. Ah, the necklace of tongues. The many tongues from this necklace come from each creature's language the wearer can now speak. He walks across the room to the other side, and there's like a thin, ornate dagger. It's got an ivory handle. The handle itself is made from, it's carved to look like a whole bunch of skulls. Once belonging to the famous necromancer, Agraza, this dagger has seen its fair share of sacrifices. With enough time and fresh bodies, one could make an entire army. Or so he said. He then points to the sword that Bugren initially saw. Like, well, I told you about the sword of light and shadow. Its name is Umber. And then lastly, he points to a small golden ring with a glass orb. Inside it, as you all look closer, it's like a bit of sand in this glass orb. A dying wizard created this ring in order to extend her life before succumbing to a rapidly growing illness. In the end, she only managed to save seconds of her life rather than the years she hoped for. And then, of course, like I've told you, my wonderful curio bag. No, that is only for surprises. You'll have to purchase to see what you get. Now come now. The gods surely smile upon you. Who is willing to wager 20 gold pieces for a wondrous item?
But before I make my purchase, Olena wants to say something and so does Spiritus.
Okay.
Okay, so I look at him and like turn my head towards the gloves and ask him, do the gloves only act on itself while it's being worn? Or does it have influence when it's not worn?
Who's to know these intricate details?
I kind of give him a look that's like, seriously, my guy?
He gives you a smile. It's only 100 gold. Nothing for such an illustrious adventurer as yourself.
I turn my head. Spiritus, you wanted to ask something?
No, I just need to like take 20 gold in my pocket, slam it in the counter, and like let me go at it.
Okay, cool. Roll a d20.
I also wanted to get something out of the curio bag.
Cool.
Kan ik dingen zien?
That's
I'll
19
also-
more.
Okay. What did you roll? A 3.
No, I rolled a 19.
Oh. A 19. Alrighty. You Cool. It is a ring. It's a silver band, thin band. It looks like a snake eating itself. Yep. Wonderful. Excellent. Who else? Ugrin.
Yeah, I had a 3.
Right. You get a black, chunky, it looks like a dwarven made ring. Oh, a knight for rings, I see. Curious. Enjoy. And you, young lady?
I rolled a 10.
Alrighty. It looks like a cloth. Piece of black cloth. Oh, I see you got the black cloth. Enjoy.
What is the black cloth?
Oh, you will find out. Max not wanting to feel out. Spiritus, make a roll for Max, please.
Okay. 18.
Ek gaan die swaard van Amber naam so ek wil dit hê.
18. It looks like a brooch that's just made from wood. Ah, I've used that one. Enjoy there, whatever creature you may be. Now that you've all gotten your unique curio, let's get down to business. What is it that you came to seek here for? Before we get to the other purchases, of course, I'm just very curious. What brings you to my shop? You said death?
Flap, that's you?
Yeah, I think I'm busy dying, and I'm trying to find a way
Aren't we
to
all?
solve
You mean imminently?
it. Faster than normal.
Let me see. Is it a curse?
I think there's like a worm inside me that's poisoning me. At least that's what
a
happened to
natural
my
source.
friend.
He takes out this it looks like a medicine case. Yeah, glass bottles, clink, clink, clink. He opens in his whole bunch of vials in this. He swirls one, like a clear liquid. As he swirls it, it turns like a icky green color. It's like an antidote. The standard fee of 100 gold. You see, I cannot cast any arcane magics or divine magics. I'll have to rely on what I can procure. Of course, if you want this whole set of, I've been told, a grand alchemist who could cure and create and solve anything with these elixirs. This one would be 800 gold, but I'll be willing to break the set.
So is it just 100 gold for a sip of the antidote, or?
Oh, you'll have to drink the whole one.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But do I get the vial with it?
No, the vial magically refills itself, and I would keep it unless you want to purchase the whole one.
What else is in there in that kit?
Who's to say? I'm no alchemist. This one says cure disease. I'm assuming it does that.
Yeah.
That one says fire. That one says poison. better not give you that one. That would be a catastrophe.
Or it would make no difference because I've already got that one. You know, this, I don't know, it's probably the closest I'm gonna get, and I'm gonna
Max
be
is at this
able.
point. You can maybe just hang on through the night.
Yeah, I don't, unless you can keep me alive. I mean, another 8 hours sleep, which means I don't know if this poison will kill me by the morning.
Yeah. I mean, 100 gold for a life seems well worth.
Yeah, because I know I myself can only heal myself once more with a very small amount. So unless you can keep me alive through the night, I don't see
I
that I have
cannot.
any other choice.
My god is not of light. My god is of thunder and storms. I fear you'll have to be on your own for that one.
Yeah, so it looks like I do not have any other choice at the moment, and I'll hand him 100,
Excellent, excellent.
100 gold.
A most fortunate meeting. He scoops it off. And you drink it. And
Yeah, I'm going to get
right,
there then, yeah.
be sure to get the last drop. As you drink it, the thing comes out your nose. Dead. Oh, disgusting. What on earth is that?
Oh, I don't know, Eugen seems to know what that is, me not so much.
It's a ho-ho.
I'm
There you have
unaware
it.
of this particular species, I would say. Make a con save there, Spiritus.
Con save. Ow. Hey.
Oh, the high alcohol content of this cure kicks pretty hard and instantaneously. You see pretty much two of everything, and every skill and attack roll will be made with disadvantage from this point until you get a long rest.
Cool, so I'm drunk. Nice.
Ah,
Also,
I see. It is a good one. Now there. So, shall we get down to the main event? The main course, like some would to say. The circlet of yours. What is your interest?
I value this circlet quite a bit more than the mere 400 gold for the longsword umber.
But it may be worth more, or it may be worth less to me.
I would then rather, and then I reach into my bag and take out the 400 gold pieces and put it on the counter.
Cool.
And
And
then,
he, yep, he walks over to it and he says like a little spell that you recognize from how Lauren used to do it, and the glyphs sort of glow. He takes the glass of. Please do take it. It's yours now, my friend.
I thank you. And I take the longsword. It obviously gives me a sheath and everything for it.
Yep.
Okay, so I just take the longsword in my hand while I've still got like my yew and everything. So I ask the party, is there anything you would like? Otherwise, I think we should head back to the tavern for the evening.
yeah, I'll walk over to the ring. What's in the case? I'll take the snake head, snake eating itself in my one hand. I'm like, so if I've got a ring for one hand, I'll need one for another hand. How much
You
so
want the
do?
one with the golden orb? Do you want that one?
No, there was one with the sands of time or
Yes.
something. Yeah. So
The ring of borrowed time.
yeah. So you said that this thing saves a few seconds of his life. So what exactly do you mean by that?
I cannot say.
Yeah.
I was not the one who made it
I
or
see.
infused it. I simply trade in these curious items.
Okay, and how many copper pieces for this one?
What the jokester you are. It's only 500 gold.
Okay, I see.
But
Interesting.
seeing as it's been a good night. 450 gold pieces I will give it to you for.
Cool. And I'll take out what everyone else sees as a piece of coal, and I'll show it to them and say, "What do you think of this?"
Ah, I've had one of those. You see something precious, don't you?
Indeed, I do, but not quite the specifics of it.
Yeah, a simple trick from a different plane. No one else will see what you see. It's only he who keeps it that sees whatever this particular one shows you.
And is there a way to remove the trick? Do you know of such a thing?
You can destroy the item, but where's the fun in that?
Indeed not. Okay. So I've basically got something that's valuable and not valuable at the same time, I suppose. Can come in handy for a few things.
Are you buying the item for 450 or not?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can't. I don't want to. Yeah, screw it. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. Ring of Borrowed Time is yours. The longsword called Umber is Ugrin's. Arlena, was there something you wanted to buy?
Yeah. I kind of just like with a blank face, just look at him. It's like the gloves.
Alrighty. He hands it over. Same. He says the thing, the runes light up, and he asks you to take the gloves. Same with the ring. And each of you have 2 items, except for Max, who's 1 item richer.
Sorry, is
We'll
that 100 gold?
He's 100 gold, yes.
Okay.
I trust you guys to manage your own gold, so I'm not going to make a note of it. I'm making a note of what Max spent. I'm not going to buy. I'll retrospectively go through the remaining items with him, should he wishes to, and we can retcon that. But I'm not going to spend like that amount of gold from him. So we'll leave the session there, and then if Spiritus wants to cast Identify on one of these items, then I will let him do so. For the rest, you'll have to figure out next time what your curious curio does.
Yeah, I will definitely. Well, before I go to sleep for the night, which I'm supposing, I don't know if we're going to do that next session, but I'll probably want to go through all of the items if people want me to.
You guys want to know mechanically what your items do?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. We'll start with the Ring of Borrowed Time. Once per day, you can re-roll an attack, saving throw, or skill check, even after the result is determined.
Cool. Just make a note.
Gloves, Pilfering, Arlena. You have advantage on sleight of hand rolls and thieves' tools checks.
Cool.
Umber is a +2 magic longsword. And on a critical hit, the blade does additional 2d8 necrotic damage.
Thank you so much.
The curios do not seem to work with Identify. But I want you to... Are you guys keeping those on your person?
Mine to my backpack.
I will be.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm keeping mine as well on me.
I just want to make a note of what you call it got.
I'm gonna put the one ring on the one hand, the other ring on the other hand, even though I don't know what it does yet.
Okay.
So I've technically
Right,
got
right,
3.
right. Just as soon as you put it on, it was it. You got the silver ring, right?
It's snake eating itself.
Okay. No, that's
So mechanically, how many rings can I wear?
10. Unless you want to use your toes.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Cool.
Cool. The black cloth is on you. Make a perception roll there, Elena. Last one. See what's what.
Go D20. Oh. Perception?
You don't notice anything odd. You put the black cloth in your backpack and that's that.
Sorry, if I spend time with the cloth thingy, then can I figure out what it does then?
We'll see then.
Okay.
Ugrin, do you put on the ring?
Yep, the dwarven ring.
Cool. You see the flesh around the skin begins to look just so ever so slightly odd. But pale.
Does it spread or does it just stay in that area?
Well, for now, just there. I mean, it doesn't like spread, but just where, like, let's say, like an area around the ring. You sort of shift it, and it, as soon as you take it off there, it returns to a normal state. But when you put it back, and it sort of creates it again. Almost like if you cut off the blood circulation, or like hold your finger for long, it will make that white, but just a bit more paler like that. Like the blood doesn't want to go there.
Okay, so I think I will just keep that perhaps in my bag until I can identify what item it is.
You guys don't trust him, eh?
Not
No.
And that's a good thing. But all right, we'll call it there for the night. Awesome, guys.
Yeah. So did anything happen when I put on my ring, or is that only something that I mention when it becomes applicable?
That's something that might happen
Okay.
if you got something that has something that happens to it.
Okay.
But nothing happened when you put it on.
Okay. Cool.
So the happening that you expect to happen might never happen.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go, guys. Good night.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks. Thanks for the session, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
She's very tired.
I
Yeah,
understand.
same. I've also been feeling tired tonight. It's probably why. Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't want to rob you guys and like just. I didn't think you guys would come here this session, but I wanted you guys to at least know what magic items you can and can't buy. This is, I mean, this is going to be pretty much. This is the first place that actually sells magic items since we started playing D&D, right?
This is yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I've got the question actually, mechanically speaking, about Umber.
Yes.
So you said it's a plus. Let me just stop the recording.